Hey there VCE HHD students, my name's Andy, I'm a VCE Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video we're going to look at answering the 2018 VCE HHD exam, question number 6. Before we dive into question number 6, just a reminder, if you head to the Health Resources Hub YouTube channel, you'll see a new video like this is coming out each day between now and the exam at the end of the year. So please subscribe. There's a button in the corner of the video there where you can subscribe. I'm also running the ACE HHD exam preparation and revision lectures at the end of the year, and you can book a spot to those at book.acevce.com. You can see all of the links to our social media there if you'd like to follow us and get an alert to the videos that are coming out each day between now and the exam at the end of the year. And our email, if you've got any suggestions on videos you'd like me to work on, you can send us an email. So you can see here, question 6 from the 2018 exam was worth 10 marks overall, and it started with a short case study. Okay, this case study was focusing on a Koori community kitchen, which was a small cooking program targeting urban Aboriginal people in Victoria. So after reading the case study, hopefully during reading time, if you look down at the first question worth 4 marks, it was asking you to describe how the Koori community kitchen program could improve social and emotional health and well-being. And so I often say to my students, most 4-mark questions can be broken up into two 2-mark sections. And so for this question here, there'd be 2 marks allocated to social health and well-being and 2 marks to emotional health and well-being. And so to make it clear to markers, what I'd encourage you to do is start your answer by signposting. And so you can write social health and well-being ... and then write your example relevant to social health and well-being, and then emotional health and well-being ... and your example relevant to emotional health and well-being. And that then just makes it really clear for the exam marker, okay, where your examples are, and it's easier for them to allocate 2 marks to each of those parts of the question. You can see from the exam report here, okay, that just over a quarter of the state achieved 4 marks for this question, but it also mentions that most students did a pretty good job at linking the program to social health and well-being, but many students found it more difficult to link to emotional health and well-being. You can see here was an example of a high scoring response, and they talked about how the Koori Community Kitchen was open for community members to meet and have a chat. And you can see how they put part of the case study in quotation marks, which once again is not a bad idea because it helps to show the exam marker once again that you're using direct information from the case study. They then linked that to assisting them to form meaningful and satisfying relationships, which promotes social health and well-being. So they've given a good example there of social health and well-being with relationships. They also then went on to say that meeting and talking to others in the Koori Community Kitchen can help them to discuss issues or concerns they might have, helping them to manage their emotions and promote their emotional health and well-being. Okay, so that's one way you could have linked it to emotional health and well-being. You could have also potentially talked about how the program could have helped to develop resilience, okay, in individuals that are participating, helping them to bounce back from challenges by being able to talk to others within that group, which could also promote emotional health and well-being. You'll see here that the next question B was worth 6 marks. And so there's a couple of parts to this question. It asks you to identify and describe 2 action areas of the Ottawa Chart of Health Promotion that are reflected in the Koori Community Kitchen program. Explain how they are evident. Now, if you look down at the examiner's report, you'll see quite a lot of students got 4 marks, but not many got 6. And a real issue with this question was that many students identified, okay, the action areas and they linked them to the program, but they didn't do the describe aspect, okay? And so they lost 2 marks for not describing each of the action areas. So make sure when you see questions like this that you're really circling those command terms, okay? And really making sure at the end of your answer you go back and check that you've done all parts of the question, okay? So that you're not missing out on some of those key marks, because that's something that's often common in the exam. Students lose marks because they just didn't, I guess, address all aspects of that particular question. Okay, so you can go and have a look at the exam report for a couple of sample answers for that particular question of how you could link the action areas to that Koori Community Kitchen program. Alright, hopefully you found that video useful. As I mentioned, if you're looking for more exam tips and advice like this each day, please subscribe to the Health Resources Hub YouTube channel. You can sign up to the ACE HHD exam preparation session that I'm running at the end of the year at book.acevce.com. There's our socials and our email. Thanks so much.